Welcome everyone. My name is Svarnyk and I welcome you to today's session of Sahaja Online. We are having a session of Chakra meditation today. I will be your instructor. So what we will do today, as usual, we will have a short guided meditation at the beginning, just to see how we're doing and just to see what it feels like today. So this whole meditation technique is about your experience, about our experience, and day to day our experience might vary. Some days it might be very easy to go into meditation state, other days it might be a bit of a struggle, and then depending on what it feels like today, we will actually adjust the rest of our session. Then after our first meditation, we will have the presentation of today's topic. Very briefly, we will talk about the energy center. That is our today's topic. And after that, we will have a second guided meditation focused on that particular energy center. Then if we still have time, we will have some Q&A at the end. And otherwise, we will just complete our session and move on with our lives. So again, welcome all of you here. Now what we will do all together, we will actually start with raising our energy, placing ourselves into the protective shield. And we will do this by following the video that we have. This video is available in our library of instructional videos. So at any time, if you forget how to do this, you can always go to the library on our website and refresh your memory and use it. And we do this normally at the beginning and at the end of every meditation session when we meditate either on our own or in a group setting. And also it is a good thing to do generally whenever you feel either a little bit unsettled, or if you're before leaving home or coming back home from somewhere, you can use this technique as a very quick balancing and bringing yourself into the proper state kind of technique. So it's important to do it with full attention, without being rushed, and with full desire for our energy to flow through our system and establish us in the right state. So we will do this now.
Sit comfortably on a chair and relax. You may close your eyes if it helps you to relax and focus. Now, focus your attention on the top of your head. The goal is to raise your inner energy to the crown of your head and tie it up. As the energy rises up your spine, it will gradually shift your consciousness into the state of thoughtless awareness. To raise your inner energy, first place your left hand in front of your lower abdomen, with your palm facing your body. Then slowly raise your left hand to the top of your head, and as your left hand is ascending, rotate your right hand around it in a clockwise direction, swirling around and around until both hands are above your head. Now, imagine that you are tying a knot with a short rope, and using both hands, perform the gesture of tying a knot above your head, as if you are actually tying up your inner energy. Now, lower both hands, and starting with your left palm facing your lower abdomen, repeat this process of raising the energy and tying the knot 3 times. The second time, tying 2 knots at the top of your head. The third time, tying 3 knots at the top of your head. This technique will help focus your attention and raise your inner energy to the crown chakra or energy center. The goal is to raise the energy, achieve a connection to the universal cosmic energy through your crown energy center, and establish the state of meditation. Now, you want to form a shield of protection to protect your subtle energy system and to preserve your ability to remain in the state of thoughtless awareness. First, place your left hand on your lap, palm upwards. Next, place your right hand beside your left hip. Slowly raise your right hand over your head and sweep it down the right side of your upper body. Then sweep your right hand back up the right side of your body, over your head, and down the left side of your body. Repeat sweeping your right hand up over your head and down 7 times to form a shield.
All right, now we can settle in wherever we are sitting. You can either sit on a chair, you can sit cross-legged on the floor if that's what you prefer, as long as you're comfortable. Let's place both our hands open on our lap. And you can close your eyes. Now, just for a short time, let us watch our attention. See what it is that our attention is drawn towards. Do you have any thoughts that are coming in? Are we concerned about something? Are we worried about something? Is anything disturbing us or making us uncomfortable? Just watch whatever it is that our state is. Maybe our state is already pretty balanced and we are feeling good. All right. Now we can place our right hand on top of our head. Now, applying pressure to the top of our head, we can rotate our hand with our scalp, massaging the top of our head. And here, addressing our own inner energy, we will say, "Inner energy, please bring me into the state of meditation." Inner energy, please establish my self-realization. Now we can slowly place our hand back on our lap. Let's see whether we can keep our attention on top of our head. And let's see whether we can remain without thinking. If we have any thoughts, we can just let those thoughts go by without us engaging with them. All right, we can now slowly open our eyes. And today we will talk a little bit about this energy center number 5. We haven't talked about this yet in the previous weeks. So it is a very important center. It has one of the most number of petals or aspects, has 16 main aspects. And on a physical level, it is responsible for all these organs that are around it. Our throat, our nose, ears, part of the eyes, our face in general, and the expressions of our face, and everything around the neck. And the main quality, as you can see, one of the qualities here, and it is collectivity. In some other ways, one of the main qualities of this center is communication. It's only when we communicate, or in the way in which we communicate, that we actually express our collective being, us being with other people, being in a society, in a community. And so this energy center is extremely important for this particular meditation technique, for Sahaja meditation. On one hand, because it is this energy center that enables us to feel the flow of energy on our hands. And many of you that I can see have been in our sessions before, you know that this is an amazing way to diagnose our own system. If this energy center is out of order, if it is not well balanced, if it is obstructed, then you cannot feel the flow of energy on your hands clearly, or sometimes you might not feel it at all, right? And so when this energy center becomes balanced and healed, then we start feeling the flow of energy on our hands, and that actually is a tool that we use to be able to tell what is going on in our system. And it helps us to see what needs correction, to see what we need to put a little bit of attention towards, so that our whole system becomes more balanced. Now, the other reason why this is of supreme importance to this meditation technique is that it is only through using this center, but also through using it by means of meditating with other people, meditating in the community of people who are meditating all with this same technique of Sahaja meditation, that we can actually grow. There is a limit to how far we can go if we use this technique meditating on our own. And the reason is that we are all doing this as a part-time occupation most of the time. So we are not like the old saints, the way they used to be, that they would go somewhere in the desert or in the forest, and they would hide themselves away from people and from society and from work and engagements and all of this, and they would put 100% of their effort towards their own spiritual development. We don't really do that to that extent. Most of us are living normal lives. We have families, we have work, we have other commitments, we have our social life. And this is the reason why meditating together with other people becomes extremely important, because we all have our strengths and our weaknesses. And when we meditate with other people, then we are able to, let's say, borrow or develop our own weaknesses if we meditate with other people for whom those particular qualities are strengths. So we can share in the process of helping each other grow. So let's say if, for example, if it happens that for me this energy center is not so strong, but maybe this one is okay. If I happen to meditate together with somebody for whom this energy center is strong, and another person maybe for whom this energy center is not so strong, we all help each other, and our energy collectively starts flowing more and is able to actually bring more balance, develop our qualities more. So it is possible to get somewhere if you meditate just on your own, but your growth, your development, your progress becomes much, much more effective and fast if you meditate with others. There's also another aspect to this, and this is that only by seeing other people, we can actually see what is our state. If we are on our own, it is very easy for us to ignore things, to dismiss things, to not notice things that we might not want to know. Sometimes if you're on your own, you can be annoyed, let's say, the whole day and not even notice it. But the moment you are with other people, you notice that you're annoyed. You sort of see yourself through the eyes of another person. And when this actually is about, not just about regular life, but about meditating together, you have a much, much better chance to see yourself, to face yourself, to correct your shortcomings when you're meditating together with other people. So I would highly encourage you to keep meditating as much as possible with us, or maybe find a local center of Sahaja meditation where you live, if it's possible, and keep meditating together with other people. Now, general sort of qualities. As most of you know, we have right channel, this yellow channel, energy channel here. We have the left channel, the blue channel, and we have the white channel, which is the central channel. So on the left channel, most of you would know when we work on this energy center here on the left side, we say the affirmation, I'm not guilty. Because guilt is a quality, or not a quality. Guilt is something that blocks the left aspect of this energy center. So it has a lot to do with not facing our own mistakes, not wanting to correct our own mistakes, but instead using the excuse of guilt to not dealing with things that we might not like about ourselves. Now, on the right side, on the right channel, the quality of the center when it's working properly is the ability to communicate in such a way that it does not hurt anyone. Communicating without aggression, communicating without sarcasm, without putting anybody down, without showing off. And so on the right side, as many times we see the qualities of our right channel, the energy centers on the right channel are the ones that have to do with how we treat other people, how we express ourselves publicly. And then on the left side, a lot has to do with how we treat ourselves, how we deal with our own things, with our own feelings and things like that, right? Now in the center, this energy center here gives us the quality to be what we call in a state of the witness. So it has something to do with a particular way that we can actually conduct ourselves in a situation where we are not really invested into the situation. We do not depend on the outcomes of the situation. Instead, we enter the situation with understanding that things will happen in a way that they will happen. The outcomes might not be the ones that we have expected. They might be predictable or not predictable. And often there isn't much that we can do to really control the outcomes. We can help or we can damage the situation more, but we can't really ensure a particular kind of outcome of the situation. And so in that understanding that sort of, or accepting that truth, gradually gives us the ability of being in a situation when we are as if watching it from the third person perspective. We do what we have to do, we do what is necessary, but we are not fully drawn into it, and we are not fully invested in a particular outcome of situation. We just participate and we see what happens, and we accept the outcome that actually comes about. And often what happens is when we are not invested heavily into a situation, we are actually able to be more helpful. We are able to sometimes even disarm a situation that is very tense and is very, very unpleasant and maybe even dangerous. Or if the situation is a negative one and there isn't much we can do about it, at least we manage to sort of go by it and not be heavily battered by it. So these are sort of some of the basic qualities, and there is a lot we can talk about this center. But instead of talking about it, maybe we'll have a meditation, and we will try and just put our attention on this energy center and see that it's balanced, and we will ask our energy to balance it, and we'll ask for the qualities of this energy center. And let's see how it feels. Let's see how we feel with it. If you want to read a little bit more about this energy center, you can go, this is a screenshot of our website. You click on energy system here, and then you go to this energy center number 5, collectivity and relationships. You will be able to read more about this particular energy center. All right. So now let's settle again into meditation. Find the comfortable way to sit. We can place both our hands on our lap. And we can again bring all of our attention inside. Let's put attention on our hands. And let's see whether we feel the flow of energy on our hands. We might feel it as cool or warm breeze, or it might be hot. We might feel tingling in particular fingertips, particular parts of our palms. Let's see whether we feel anything. Let's see whether we feel difference in the left hand as opposed to the right hand. All right. Now to settle our attention within, we will keep our left hand open on our lap. And we will place our right hand on our heart. Here we can silently say within, I'm not just my body, I'm not just my emotions or my thoughts, but in truth, I am the Spirit. We can ask our own energy, inner energy, please awaken the Spirit within me. Please remove any obstacles that are clouding my spirit, that are preventing my spirit from manifesting itself. Our spirit is the deepest and purest aspect of our being. It is our most authentic self. All right. Now we will place our right hand on the left side of our neck. In the corner between our neck and shoulder, we can slightly turn our head to the right. And here we can say, inner energy, I am not guilty of anything at all. You don't need to think about anything in particular. Just have this attitude coming from within that we want to leave the past in the past. The left channel is a channel that accumulates our past. Sometimes it becomes overstuffed with the past experiences and memories and things like that. So here we can ask, inner energy, please remove all of my guilt. Along with any other negative emotions. And please establish dignity within me. Please make me a dignified person. All right, we can place our right hand back on our lap. Now we will take our left hand and place our left hand on the right side of our neck. We can slightly turn our head to the left. And here on the right side, we can ask, inner energy, please balance the right aspect of this energy center. Please remove any aggression from the way we speak, from the way we relate to others. Please give us the capacity to say the truth in such a way that it does not hurt anyone, but in such a way that it is heard and it brings about positive results. Please give us a sense of when to say whatever it is that needs to be said, to wait for the right time, right circumstances, and to find the right language, right words to say it, so that whatever we say can reach the person and can be useful, can be beneficial. All right, now we can place our right hand back on our lap. Now we will place our left hand back on our lap. And now we will place our right hand at the base of our neck. If you want, you can just take your two first fingers, the index finger, middle fingers, and put it here at the base of the neck. If you're more comfortable, you can use the whole hand. Just put it around your neck, whichever way is easier for you. And here we can ask inner energy, please completely balance this whole energy center. Please remove any obstructions, any negative influences from this energy center. Please establish within us the quality of being collective, of enjoying the company of other people, but at the same time being a detached witness in every situation that we enter. All right, you can place the right hand back on the lap. Now we can take our right hand, place it across our forehead. And here we can just silently say within, inner energy, I forgive everyone. And I also forgive myself. Inner energy, I forgive everyone. And I also forgive myself. Now we can place our right hand on top of our head. Apply a little bit of pressure. And while we rotate our scalp clockwise, massaging the top of our head, you can ask, inner energy, please establish my self-realization. Please establish the thoughtless awareness within me. And then please remove all of my doubts. Now we can slowly bring our hand back to our lap. Let's see whether we can keep our attention on top of our head. Now this energy center number 5 around our neck, we feel it in our index fingers. So what we will do now is I will play some music and we will meditate all together. Try to stay thoughtless without thinking, but also notice what you're feeling in your index fingers. So if your left index finger is tingly, you can place your right hand on the left side of your neck and just ask the energy to balance that energy center. If you feel tingling on the right index finger, and do the opposite, left hand on the right side of the neck. And give it a little bit of time and let the energy work this out and balance our system. We can keep our eyes closed. Let's take our right hand, place it on top of our head. Now let's lift our hand maybe 10, 15, 20 centimeters above our head. That's probably about, 5 to 7, 10 inches. And let's see whether we feel the flow of energy from the top of our head as the cool breeze. It might be warm still or hot. All right, we can place our hand back on our lap. Try the same with the left hand. Let's see whether we feel the flow of energy as the cool breeze from the top of our head. It's a very subtle feeling. Sometimes it takes a little while to start feeling this flow of energy, but some people feel it quite clearly. All right, now let's place both of our hands open in front of us. Let's see whether we feel the flow of energy on our hands, our fingertips, the center of our palm. All right, we can place our hands back on our lap. Slowly open our eyes. Now we're out of time, so I will quickly launch our second poll just to get a little bit of feedback from you about how this session was for you. And other than that, keep at it. Keep meditating regularly. You can meditate twice a day. That's ideal. 15-20 minutes to start with, but if you sat down for 15 minutes and you have just sort of gotten into that silent mode, and then you still have time, by all means, you can always take a little bit longer. And just enjoy this quietness, enjoy this feeling. If you can, do a foot soaking technique, especially in the evening, combine it with your evening meditation. It is an amazing, very simple, but very effective technique. If you don't know how to do this, you can find an instructional video in our library and explore our website, join our live sessions. Tomorrow we have a session at lunchtime, 12 Eastern, noon Eastern time. Melanie is doing that session always, so please enjoy that session and check out our calendar for more sessions. It was very nice to meditate with you today. Thank you for joining me, and we will see you next time.